Hi there, and welcome back to a special episode of Sip Tea with Senpais. I'm your mediator, Senpai Nyera.
Lovely Senpai Kai.
Chill Senpai Elexus.
And down there in the corner is our muted Senpai, Yahida, because she's being a mom right now. And today's episode, we are having a couple of special guests. We are introducing our friends Aaron.
Hello.
And Jalen. We are doing a nice Ask a Brother segment. Ask a Brother or three.
Nigga, and Bruno, because I don't think they're... I'm sorry, I already said it.
But yes, this is our Ask a Brother episode. We decided to ask the questions women have always wanted to ask some dudes before. And we already had 3 guys on our hands, so we might as well. So, if you guys could briefly introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about you, starting with...
Are you here?
I'm Aaron. I'm Kai's boyfriend. Been together for about 6 years now. I'm kind of in middle management.
Voice actor.
I do a little bit of voice acting. I do a little bit of acting just kind of for fun. Like on my downtime, I'm normally playing video games, watching TV like a lot of people, and sometimes I'll design like board games in my spare time. But I've been a man for 32 years, so I've got a lot of experience with it.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
That's great. If the next person could be Bruno, tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, my name is Brotha. I don't know what to say. I always hate when they make me do this in school. So every time I have a new college class, I'm always like, what do y'all want me to tell you? From New York, I look black, but I'm actually Hispanic, and that confuses a lot of people and makes a lot of people mad. Like Aaron, I've been a man for 25 years. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Fun fact, he is mine. Mine. Just gotta... Mine.
Last but not least, Jalen, introduce yourself, please.
Hey, my name's Jalen. I'm a SoundCloud artist, apparently. I've had an OnlyFans for about 5 minutes before I erased myself from existence. I'm not having a great day on this thing, but I'm here for the fam. I'm here for the friends. So bear with me here.
Jalen, a true homie. So we're going to start these questions off. Kai, why don't you start off with this first question, because I know it was yours.
Okay. How do you sit? Just in general.
Butt first. I don't know any other way of answering that. Just butt first. I normally firmly point. Is it a question of like, do I cross my legs? No.
Pretty much any of that goes much detail.
Like, what do you guys have to do to arrange yourselves to sit down?
It
Y'all
depends
got
on
extraness that we don't.
Like if I'm playing Smash, I'm
Bella, can you guys repeat the question real quick? Amora was screaming. I couldn't hear.
act like that.
How do you
The
sit?
question is, how do you sit?
What? Oh, are you talking about like how do they sit? Like why do they sit with their legs cocked open, which is rude to the person sitting next to them?
That's
Or-
another question, though.
Oh, okay. What do you mean? Like, do they sit on their balls every time they sit down? It's like that.
Honest to God.
Yeah, that's why we were trying
No,
to
I don't think
explain it.
nobody does that.
What if you have some like big, you know what?
No, we don't do that.
Can you speak a little louder?
And
After
most
about 20 years of being alive as a man, you learn how to properly sit down so you don't hurt yourself.
So have you never sat on your balls before?
Once on accident.
Not in a way that I hurt myself, no.
Like,
you always,
we're trying to
sit,
keep them
you always
in the-
sit on them, they're down there. But like, not in a painful way, no.
Okay, all right.
Like if your legs are like this and they're here, you can always sit down and they'll always have space.
Yeah.
Well, Okay.
We don't like sit where our legs on our balls. No.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Another thing.
Wait.
How do y'all balance yourselves on the toilet? Because I know, especially, if you have to go, does your downstairs like touch the water?
Let me
You know, I
clarify
wanted this
like,
too in
layman's
passing.
term. When you sit on the toilet, does your dick like touch the water?
I thought you weren't supposed to curse.
The water level
No,
isn't
past the first minute.
so high to where that's normally a problem. So no, not really. I've never had that issue, and I don't know. This probably isn't the most fun answer. You can go in the tank and adjust the water level. So if you do hang that low, you can lower it, and that wouldn't be a problem. But
You on that plumber stuff right there.
I'm not gonna lie if that's an issue.
Wait, hold on. Can we
You're a
just take
lucky dude.
a second to appreciate that Aaron is apparently fucking Super Mario? A perfect plumber. Like I never do that.
Same.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna front.
Well, a lot of
I
guys
didn't
do
know that. So, like,
that.
Like,
I would adjust it so that way, like, when I poop, it doesn't splash back up and tickle my butt slightly. Like, that is appreciated. Because I hate that. I started putting, like, a small layer of tissue down a thin layer first before I use the bathroom. Because I
wait,
can't.
do you guys have to, like, I mean, we have to worry about it. They're hitting your butts, but do you guys have to worry about water splashback on, like, your balls and dick and stuff?
Yeah.
Jay?
I found a method.
Would you like to share with the class? I want to learn this method.
Aaron, I don't think you know this. Real quick, Aaron, they actually do know each other. They've known each other for literal years. Bruno and Jalen, they have been friends for a while.
Yeah, I hate
I know
Jalen. He's
Jay.
the funniest person I've ever met in my life. I hate him so much.
True friendship.
But yeah, basically, y'all ever watch a cartoon called Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
Always.
Y'all ever seen the standard the Earthbender style position of squatting?
Yes.
I've had to perfect my legs enough to maintain that stance for at least a good few minutes and try to be the quickest dump in the West.
That sounds
Okay.
painful.
You are doing squats over the toilet.
Bingo.
Stop. If you're doing squats over the toilet, why don't you have cake yet?
Leg day every day though.
Leg day every day though. Like I don't
Dylan
go.
is the worst, yo. Like I hate him.
You've been
Okay,
staring
I'm
at-
sorry. Go ahead.
Stop. Shame on you for examining me like a doctor. And two, I don't do that every day.
Oh.
Did you not know? Wait, hold on. Jay, did you not know that women look at men's butts as well?
Do I look like a woman to you?
Yes.
Shut up, Dan.
I'm glad you're honest with me then.
Shut up, Yahida.
What?
Like I always
Yeah,
consider
it's a
myself.
very handsome mop. What kind of bitch like that?
All right, so wait. Because you guys have all that extra, my next question is, because you guys have all that extra stuff down there, is that why you guys spread your legs all the time?
Yeah, you'll get hot if you don't. That can lower your sperm count.
Oh.
Yo.
Didn't know
Also, like, to give it breathing room.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Like if I just sit here and try to sit like this right now with my legs together, it's just gradually getting more and more uncomfortable.
that. Oh. Okay.
Oh wow. I never do
That's
that.
a legitimate
I
point.
was just like, men are rude. Like every time I'm sitting like on the bus or the train, like you just cock your legs open. Like, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, it's a method to our madness. Not all the time, but
You can put up with it out of common courtesy if someone's right next to you, but if you have the choice, if there's like no one sitting by you, that's going to be the most comfortable way to sit.
Oh.
yeah, that's a fact. If somebody just has their legs open and there's people on there, douchebag. Like 100% true, they're douchebag.
And you can do this, like put one leg up on your knee, and that's fine too. And you kind of take up less space like that. Like you don't have to be rude about it, but if you're by yourself, that's gonna be the most comfortable way to sit.
Okay. Is that also why you guys push the passenger seat backs in the front of cars? Well, yeah.
if I'm in the passenger seat, like normally Kai doesn't drive. Like I like to be the one to drive, but if she is driving, I'm probably tired, and so if I'm tired, I lay back.
Thinking of hood, that's just hood etiquette right there. With no riders in the car.
Yeah. I'm too short for me to do that, so I can usually just get in a passenger seat and just chill.
Okay.
So I don't have to push the seat back. But every tall hood person I know, they all do that.
Yep. There ain't enough legroom down there for tall people.
Yeah.
No, but my brother do that.
Yeah.
No, your brother drives like this low compared to the wheel. He just be like, hold on. Don't be fooled. Jalen's brother, like I've been in the car with him once, and I was both scared and impressed. He was doing like, first of all, we all know like the highway speed limit is like anywhere from 65 to 75. That man was going 120, and there was no blinkers. He was just swerving in and out of traffic. I was like,
That sounds like my older sister. Not even going front. She drives just
It sounds like
that.
my brother and my sister.
You know the crazy thing, like he turned a 15-minute ride into a 3-minute ride. Like I'm not playing. Like that man is. Woo!
That's what Brandon Barnes gonna do to you.
When our sister drives like that, I'd be holding on to the little thing, just like, don't let me die.
I feel that way when I'm in the car with Candace, because Candace drives literally in the middle of the road. Like I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but they have these little plastic things on the road.
Yeah,
So that way when you drive too close to the other side, it goes bump, bump, bump. Candace will just be doing that shit the entire drive. Bump, 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 bump. And then she'll quickly have to swerve out the way for whatever person's coming this way. And I'm like, and she goes, wow, people can't drive. I was like, Candace, you're like,
I know.
and she looked at me, she goes, what do you mean?
At night in Atlanta, so I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt because driving at night in Atlanta is trash.
No, that's how she drives
in the daytime.
24/7. That is.
Yeah, I
Look.
work with her. I can attest of
Okay.
this.
So
It got to the point where Bruno was like, whenever Candace is here and she like wants to go somewhere and she wants to drive, Bruno's like, no, you're probably tired from the drive. But Bruno's actually just like, I don't want my girlfriend and my kid to die, bro. I know.
No. Don't let her lie about that. I want to say like the second or third time that we drove with Candace, she was like, Bruno, please drive whenever Candace comes. Please. She like damn near begged me. She was like, please drive. And even if I'm tired and Candace wants to drive, I'll look at Candace, I'll look at Yahida, and then I'm like, nah, you're here on vacation. You got the 2 days off. You just relax. Just sit back and relax. I'll do the driving.
I've had
okay.
to tell her plenty of times. Like, I was like, Candace, be honest. Are you actually looking when you drive? Because you and Haitian David, I know this sounds mean, but hear me out. I think it's because they were born a couple of hours apart. They're not siblings or anything, but David and Candace are the same person. They do the
That's so
same
mean.
person shit.
Aren't they the same age?
Yes, because they were born the same year, like literally hours apart. Candace was born on April Fool's Day, and he was born on April 2nd. But they're both fools, bro.
all right. Alexis, you've got the next question.
Okay. What's the difference between boxers and briefs? Because somebody had this question. So.
It was mine. I don't understand the difference.
There we go.
Well, like assuming that we know visually what the difference is, because the briefs show more of your legs. The only thing I can think of, like I think boxers are more comfortable, and boxers they tend to have more designs on them. So I guess there's more artistic expression with boxers, and they're a little bit more acceptable. Like if you're just taking the trash out, your neighbors won't stare at you in your boxers as much as they'll stare at you in your briefs. I remember, I don't know what it was. I think I was watching BET one day and somebody like asked Snoop Dogg this question, and he said something like, I wear the briefs to keep everything in bounds. I wear the boxers over the front. Like he said something like that.
Why
I was a good impression of Snoop Dogg. I ain't even go front.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense.
They just look different. I just think boxers are more comfortable, and I can find boxers with like leopard print on them, and I'll buy those. Like the briefs with leopard print on on them just look kind of wild to me.
Oh, you know they're called Speedo. Like they're called like Speedos and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
that's like a
Yeah,
Speedo, dog.
they look more like a yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild sex stuff right there, like some Quagmire stuff.
It looks like wild sex stuff with leopard print briefs.
Yeah, briefs basically look like panties for men. So,
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
Wait,
say.
so wait. What are the cotton? The
Boxer
cotton
briefs.
ones with like the long legs.
Boxer briefs.
Boxer.
they're both.
Really?
Okay, so briefs.
'Cause
Okay,
I have like 8 pairs of them.
briefs are the little like tighty whitey things you see like little kids usually wear on TV.
So
and stuff.
man pants. I know what those
Basically.
are.
They're like tighter and keep everything together, which is actually very uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah, not
I thought like you
That's
would
why
like the
Aaron-
cotton on your balls.
That's why.
I would have
That's why
thought it was a
I don't want
situational
boxers.
thing.
Like there's something athletic about them too.
Yeah,
It keeps them in place of the bra.
They're a lot of boxer briefs.
Okay.
they're. It does not depend. Every man I've ever met was like briefs are uncomfortable. I don't wear them anymore, but boxers are way more comfortable because you're not as restricted, and boxer briefs are like the best of both worlds.
Huh.
So it keeps everything in place and covers like most of that area.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to answer.
But before we go on to the next one, can I just say, hey, Breno,
What's up?
briefs, boxes, briefs, boxes.
I'm lost. But
I'm so
okay.
confused, and it must be a nigga thing.
Breno, you want to explain the joke?
No.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Okay. Do y'all?
I'll ask it because you look shy.
I am.
Do your nuts stick to your legs, and like under what circumstance? And do you have to peel them off?
So nuts obey just about all the laws of physics. So if they're like wet or sweaty, yeah, they might stick to your leg. You kind of gotta peel them off, but not like if you're making eggs and you didn't use butter spray, peel them off. They don't stick that bad.
No.
Just like when one person's wet skin's on another person's wet skin.
I was gonna say it's similar to like you ever like fall asleep doing homework and you fall asleep on your book and the paper sticks to your face.
Just like that.
It's about that same amount of like resistance when you peeling it off.
Okay.
Jay, does this happen to you, or are you a small bald dude?
Well, actually, due to on me, I have a method for dealing with that now.
You have a method for everything, don't you, Jalen?
Yep. Bingo. The internet teaches you a lot of stupid things. Whenever I get that feeling, I just got to get up and just do a good little kick line and try to get it to suddenly get it done.
Oh.
Wait, you do the girl gene jump to?
No.
Look, everybody got their own method. I do like the long leg stretch out like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I do
You know what?
that.
I'm starting to think that like
Yeah.
I gotta start paying attention to like Jalen more from like listening to this. Because I'm like I'm finding out that he might have a booty, and it's like I'm finding out you do a woman gene jump. Maybe you have a booty. I don't.
I wear special pants for that.
Aaron, what were you about to say?
I don't even remember.
The thing about Goku putting on your pants or something?
No, like he said
he
he
does
does
that
the Goku to unstick his balls. I'd do that too.
Yeah, you gotta do like a long leg. Like one leg stays straight up, the other one has to like lean out super far. My boy Alex actually told that secret about me to her. He was like, Yahida, whenever you out in public with Bruno, y'all walking around, pay attention to how he walk. If it's a hot day and you see Bruno, one of his legs go out farther than it normally do, yeah, his balls stuck to his leg. How would you put my secret out there like that?
In an
That's
interview,
how you watch you extra hard.
when Goku does that stretch, it's because he's unsticking his balls before a fight.
Ain't nothing more uncomfortable than that. Like, I don't even know how to explain how uncomfortable that is to just have. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that y'all probably don't think about. When our balls stick to our leg, they don't stick to both. They stick to one leg. And for some reason, they still stick to the other one. It's very rare for your balls to stick to both legs.
Okay.
It's almost like getting your tongue stuck on an icy surface.
Yeah, and like literally the icy surface on the side of your tongue, not even like directly.
The whole tongue.
That is.
Do jeans? I have a quick question.
So much
Do
stuff.
jeans pinch your balls if you're like walking without underwear on.
Do y'all even do that? For
My
real?
biggest fear of doing
I
that
don't
is
do
like
that, so I
if
can't.
I scrape up against the zipper. That's my biggest fear of not wearing underwear with jeans on.
That's
I don't
happened to me
really
once.
tighten up
That
jeans for that
shit
to happen.
hurt.
Oh!
Mm.
I mean, like I've worn jeans without like underwear before because I was like, oh, going commando sounds nice. Big
Not
mistake,
in jeans.
especially in jeans, and like it just reached up so nicely, pinched me like.
Jagged
was ready to
fine.
cry.
Jeans, no. Okay. What side do you guys keep your penis on, and why?
She was so
That's
embarrassed.
a very good question.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I want to hear your explanation because I don't get that question.
Yeah, Aaron.
So it's a scientific fact that if you're right-handed, that means you're left-dicked. Right with your right hand, you stay on the left side.
Bye.
So the honest truth, it just kind of falls where it falls. It can. I'm on the left right now, but
Well, I guess to amend it, is there a preference?
There we go.
For me, there's a preference, but me personally, I usually keep my shit to the right side because I want to say because I'm right-handed, so I kind of just adjust myself when I need to, and I always use my right hand, so I just adjust to the right.
I've never even consciously paid attention to what side it fell on. So
Until this moment either, because it's a subconscious thing. So now that I'm getting asked this question, I'm like, wow, I really have a method to it. I never thought about it till now. Because I'm telling you, I use whatever hand, but like because I'm right-handed, I usually use my right hand for pretty much everything. So I just tuck and go.
Dude, I do mine left because I've had a lot of messed up like experiences back in high school and middle school where people always nut check you on random. I keep mine left because I'm afraid that it's to keep. Because if someone's gonna try to nut check me with their foot or their hand, I'm afraid they're gonna use their dominant hand to use it on me, and most of the time it's gonna be your right hand. So that's why I keep it left so it doesn't go straight at me right there.
I feel you. I have no idea why, but it doesn't matter if I get hit by if I get nut checked by a man, a female, or an inanimate object. It always hits me in the right ball, and I don't know why.
Dominant hand. The right hand's usually the most dominant hand.
No, but I'm saying inanimate objects too. I could like accidentally walk into the corner of a table, right nut gonna hurt off rip.
I've never been.
It's basically your balls are like
Lucky bastard.
you guys titties because one might be bigger than the other. Who knows? And that's probably why so many things are attracted to that bigger ball.
So that's not something I'm gonna consciously think about. I don't care if one is bigger than the other one, but you might have a point. I'm not the right guy. I don't have the qualifications for this. To answer that question.
Okay. All right. So who's reading the next one? The next question?
Do you guys pop boners all the time?
Often.
And if so, is it annoying?
Well, if you're asking, do we do it on purpose? No. But do they randomly happen? Yes.
Okay, that's what I mean. But okay.
No, because the way you word it kind of sounds like, do we purposely just be like, hey, let's have a boner right now? Like, that's a great thought right now. Yeah, we can't control that.
It's annoying when it's just you're in a situation you just do not need to have one and it's just there.
Yeah, one of the worst situations, for example, is when you're in class and the teacher wants you to come present in front of the class and you literally just 5 seconds ago, and you gotta.
Do you guys feel it? Like, do you just? I don't know how to describe it. It's like
if it happens, you'll know.
Okay.
An example I could give you is if you flex your bicep and tricep right now.
Yeah.
You know how you did that on purpose? Mm-hmm. Imagine your bicep and tricep randomly getting hard without you doing it on purpose. So it's a muscle. You can feel when you're hard. It's just you don't get to choose it. Your body's just like, hey, it's go time right now. And
okay.
You gotta go with it.
You have to say the Pledge of Allegiance to make it go away.
I mean, to be honest, with all the craziness that goes into America, it would turn me off too.
And what's funny, y'all think he's joking. Every man has a different way to try and make a boner go away. I have to think of some horrific stuff because I'm like, please go away, please go away, please go away.
Jalen, what do you make to go a boner go away?
I don't know. The thing, like, you ever heard that new show on Close Enough? Basically, there's a thing where the dude asks his teacher in a college classroom, "Hey, can you throw this paper away? I would get up, but like I got a boner right now, and I don't want anyone else in the class to see me unless you want me to." I'm tempted to try an experiment to see if I can get away with that. But the problem is, colleges don't make you do that. They don't make you get up to the front of the class anymore. So I'm like, oh, that experiment's dead.
Well, number 8 is particularly for Elexus, and I know she wanted someone to answer this.
I did say in my head I was thinking I want to ask this question. Okay. And I had this question specifically because my cousin, he's 7. He used to flush the toilet after he went to the bathroom. So why is it so difficult? Well, let me ask this question. You know, like, why do men not clean after themselves in the bathroom?
If he's 7, he'll grow out of that.
But that's the thing. It's just my thing about my cousin. Because he used to flush it. Now he doesn't. Which makes no sense.
That might just be a phase he's going through.
I hope it's a phase.
See, I haven't heard about this kind of widespread thing where men are... Like, what I used to always hear is men don't put the seat back down. Because you normally put the seat up, you stand up, you use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So if anything gets on the toilet seat, there's a toilet seat to cover it. And I've always heard like widespread complaints about men not putting the seat down. So just growing up, it just kind of stuck with me that like that's as etiquette, you lift it up, use it, put the seat back down if you have women in the house. And so just when you do that and like nothing ends up on the seat, so I don't know if that really speaks to all men. If he's 7, then he's still learning how to aim everything, and he doesn't know the etiquette.
Honestly,
I know some grown men that
you can ignore what I said about my cousin. That's just my personal issue. That
like, do you have other men you shared a bathroom with, and like all the men do it?
Honestly, because my brother moved to go live with our dad when he was in 6th grade, so it's been a minute since I've lived with him, so I can't recall. But I do know my brother will go into a bathroom and leave everything open and up and not close anything or whatever when he walks out.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Are you
with a guy? Will you live with other men?
Like maybe dudes that don't grow up with women are like that, or just it's an isolated case. I'm sorry that you're going through that. I think I leave the bathroom pretty.
I know little kids, like young boys, like little kids when they first get potty trained, I guess when they're taught properly, they'll do something like that. But then, as kids get like older before they become, not when they become teenagers, but that span after toddler before teenager, they just stop caring. Little kids stop caring about anything that don't involve them. And grown men who do that, I want to say they just had no home training. Because, mind you, my mom never taught me to, like, put the seat down, but I still do that because I'm like, what do I want to say? Like, there's 3 out of 4 cases where if somebody using the bathroom, men and women, they got to sit down. If a man is taking a shit, if a female is taking a shit, or if a female is peeing, those 3 cases, you're going to be sitting down on the toilet. If a man is standing up to pee, then that's the only case where the toilet seat wouldn't be down. So I'm like, 9 times out of 10, somebody has to sit down and use it. But like I said, dudes who do that, I just generally think they don't have home training.
All right. Jalen?
Training, I had to hear people complain about it, so I learned pretty quickly, from being around other people.
Okay, so I guess I'll like ask the next question. Like in high school or when you were like younger, did like do men think about like marriage and having kids when they're like in their teen years and younger? Or no, that's just a female thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Senpais answer first.
For me personally, yeah. When I was in high school, I thought of like marriage and kids. Did I think of it like super hard and seriously, like, oh my God, this is immediately what I want to do? Hell no. Because most men in high school usually just want to be thoughts. But we do think of it. It's just we're more concerned with like pretty much everything else that teenagers are more concerned with. Like, sex, graduating high school, not failing classes, trying to get out of school, like trying to hurry up and finish school. But I did think of that, just not like, oh my God, this is what I want to do as soon as I get out of high school. I want to immediately get married, have kids.
I know, I'm not saying like immediately get out. I'm saying like, did you think about it like, oh, one day I want like
casually thought about it.
Partner and 8 kids or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we casually think of it.
For me, high school was mostly about. I spent the whole thing worrying about not flunking and having to go back to my home school. Because I had this one dude who almost his whole thing during high school was trying to get in relationships, and I saw this man get torn from the floor up, trying to get with every girl I knew at that school, and look at him looking like he about to drop a heartbreak R&B album almost every week. I'm like, you know what, Chief? This ain't even worth it. You go ahead and do your thing.
He probably
I'm just gonna try and
fire R&B album.
Seriously. I've never seen this man. Every week I would see this man moping and look like he about to jump off the school building just from having one girl not reciprocate his feelings. So I'm like, you know what? This marriage, I don't even know if marriage even is something I even be worrying about. I'll deal with that later.
For me, not really. Not really. I didn't start thinking about anything like that around my teenage years because I didn't know anyone that I realistically wanted to marry or have a kid with. So for me, just a hard no.
All right. Okay. Last question for this part before we go on a quick break. Why do you guys think ugly dudes have so much confidence to be hollering at, girls that look like they 20 times out their league?
You gotta ask an ugly dude for perspective.
As you can clearly see by us three, we not ugly. So
okay.
We can speculate. We can speculate all day. Can we give you an honest answer? No.
I mean, I'm one of the ugliest dudes I know, but all the dudes I know are probably, all right, I guess.
No, you're not, because you know David.
Which David?
All of them.
Not keeping.
I'm not even gonna pick on all of them.
Damn.
I was like, damn, just under the bus.
But even by myself, that's like
my guess. He's either got money or he's well endowed. If he's like his face is ugly, but he's still confident.
Right? Everyone's got a method to get to succeed.
I guess.
And then sometimes you just fake it till you feel it. So he might not be as confident as you think.
Okay. So we're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and we'll be right back for our next part. See y'all soon.
Are you a person in the natural hair world tired of high oil prices? Are you a newcomer looking for an easy and priceless way to start? Are you trying to get your skin and hair back to that wonderful glowing success? Well, Pure Love Natural Oil is here for you. At only $10 a bottle, Pure Love Natural Oil is made of nothing but the best. Coconut oil, jojoba oil, Jamaican black, extra virgin olive oil, and many other goods to keep your hair, skin, and nails at the top of their game. No additives, no sulfate, no mineral oils, just pure love and greatness. Everything you want in an actual all-natural product, and nothing you don't. Made by our lovely Yahida Senpai, an expert on natural hair for many years, and it's made by your senpai, so you know it can be trusted. Check out the link in the description to find out more.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are off to our next part. And our first question is, how was puberty for you guys? And do you guys think you got it worse than females?
I'll answer first. Personally, hell no. I feel so not even I feel bad now. Ever since I learned what puberty was when I first was a teenager or preteen, whenever the hell I was, I've always thought, man, you ladies got it terrible. Puberty ain't painful for men. So we just what is it? We just get hair and our voice gets deeper
And
and we
the
get taller. That's really it.
and the random boners, apparently.
Yeah, but random boners are just annoying. That's an inconvenience. That's not like, okay, it's an inconvenience, but it's not an inconvenience at the same level as fucking periods. Like,
No, I'm not saying it's at the same level. I'm just saying like that.
no,
happens
I'm
during
saying it's an
puberty.
inconvenience, but I'm not saying it's at the same level either. I'm saying it's just an inconvenience. But I was like, man,
Bless you.
bless you. I was like, just periods. Periods alone for women automatically give y'all like, I mean, it's not a win, but like,
We take
if
the
I had to
big
pick
pill.
between which one is worse, I would have to say women, like they have it harder just because of periods. And
Yeah. Oh.
like I said, puberty for men is not that like crazy. Like I said, you start getting boners. You start.
Bruno, you don't repeat the list.
I was gonna add. You also start getting like sexually attracted to whatever. I can't say to just females. That's not fair. Some men are attracted to men.
No, because I'd seen something that was like puberty is hard for men. They're like, because what women don't understand is you'll get horny like looking at a tomato, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You look at a curtain and you're just like, man, you don't even think like, man, that's a sexy curtain. You're just like, oh, look at that curtain. Boom, random bone. Like, it sucks. And then that's when you start getting morning wood, which is annoying. Just imagine waking up
oh,
with
so
your
you guys
muscles
is like
tightened.
just like small annoyances. I always
Yeah.
felt like females had it harder because usually at the age that women get it, it's during like school. And so that just at some point we've all bled through our pants, and I think that's like the main thing that makes it horrible. Aaron, how did you feel about it?
Pretty it's for men, it's almost kind of forgettable. Some parts about it are kind of cool. Like when you start to get your first mustache, you're kind of proud of it. And your voice might crack a little bit and you'll get clown for a little, but then right after that, it gets deep. And then, sometimes the girls around you, they'll kind of like it and they'll comment about it. So it's really not that bad for men. The only thing I can think about that's like bad is your voice cracking and then getting clowned a little, but that's not even that bad. And then, as your legs stretch out, the growing pains you get when your legs stretch out, but that happens to everybody, women too.
No, that was
Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's forgettable.
Yeah.
sounds
Like,
all right.
and I didn't even get bad. I know people get acne. I don't remember getting like really bad acne.
Yeah, me neither.
I just remember like around 6th grade, my voice started cracking and I had like a deep voice in 7th grade.
I was right about to ask. So did you notice when your voice started getting deeper? Like,
Yeah.
did you yourself notice it?
Because people were telling me, and then I could I guess you can kind of feel it, but then the big thing I noticed, have you ever tried to scream after becoming an adult?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you try it, you'll realize you just can't do it anymore. Like if I try it right now, it's come out like ah. It's like you're physically not able to do it anymore. I remember, and like when you're a kid on a playground, you scream. I remember just not being able to do that anymore.
Oh, okay. I was only wondering because I never noticed when my voice got deeper. Other people had to tell me and I just assumed because I was like, it's my voice, so I wouldn't notice it changing because I hear myself all the time. And mine's changed over summer. And I remember I came back to school in 7th grade, and some girl I was cool with was like, "Oh my God, his voice is changed. He's going through puberty." And I was like, "Okay, I guess."
So the voice cracking thing doesn't hurt at all?
You can, it doesn't hurt. But you can feel that something's just because, it's kind of like this, and then like you'll feel like when I sounded like that, I could tell.
Yeah, you really just sound like when you lose your voice from screaming too much now or something.
Except for without the sore throat, because it doesn't hurt or anything. But
that's what I'm saying. Puberty for men doesn't hurt that much.
Jalen, what's puberty like for you?
Me, it just hurt my pride. All it did was just destroy my pride bit by bit. Like, one, my body didn't grow up the way I was hoping or would have wanted it to. And for one, thanks to that stupid voice change thing, I lost my first voice competition back when I started high school, mid semester.
Wait, you were a singer?
Yeah, performing arts. Yeah, I was in the choir because I was a good pianist, if you would.
Okay, so here's my question.
Yeah.
Like off of that same one, there's not like one specific part about puberty that you remember that would be tough for you specifically or anybody? Because if we're being honest, females, I honestly do not remember anything other than the period thing. And I'm like, I don't know when I got my tiny bit of boob. I have no idea. Do not recall it happening whatsoever, if we're being honest.
I remember, feels like
your balls dropped at some point, but I don't remember it.
It felt like every 2 months I had to go get measured for a new bra. Because
once in a while I'll feel pain in my chest, and then my mom's like, "Time to go." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I just got these, but okay."
Also, getting big boobs totally ruined cheerleading and softball for me because that's what my sports were. I remember one time I was running to base during a softball game and my bra strap broke. And I had to hold my bra, and I'm like just ready to home base. And it's like, this is the worst thing ever.
You got those, you know what? Nyera got those anime titties. That's the real problem.
It definitely felt like it that day.
Pretty sure, no, I'm pretty sure you go through that all the time. You just be,
Bit,
You gotta
not gonna lie. That's how I feel.
Like,
dude, ever since then, even now, I'll hold my bra up. Like, that's what I'm running. Even if my bra is perfectly fine.
Like PTSD.
Yes. Or I have to hold under them just so, they don't flop everywhere. Just, these things are annoying, y'all. Don't. Next question. Do you guys know anything about menstruation? And this is from TikTok. Do you know how to put a pad on?
Yes, actually. I know, to answer the first part, I know about menstruation because I paid attention in health class because I refuse to be an ignorant man. And two, I also was like, if I ever have a daughter, that would be useful.
It's like, I have this prop ready.
Yeah, so I was like, if I ever have a daughter, that would be useful information because, you never know what God will give you. And the only reason I know how pads work is actually because of Yahida, because I never knew how they worked. And she asked me one day, she was like, do you know, this was some years ago too, before I met everybody except Jalen. She was like, do you know how pads work? And I was like, no. I was like, don't you just, I said something stupid too. I was like, I told her, I was like, I never thought about it because I'm a guy. So I was like, I'll never have to use it. But I always questioned, I was like, how do y'all put it on y'all vagina and make it stay? I never knew that it goes on the underwear with a sticky side and then it just covers. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, it's one of those things that I never formed a complete thought because I was like, I don't need to know how to put a pad on. I was like, I'll just Google it or something when my daughter needs that time to put the pad on. But learn about the menstruation, I know that.
Yeah, I've got a high understanding of what menstruation is and why it happens. So yeah, as far as what do I know how to put a pad on? Yeah, I mean I can imagine in my head how.
Jalen?
I really didn't. I lived in a mostly like male household for the most part. So, it never crossed my mind, honestly. I think the pad thing, I think I saw one television show talk about it, and that's how I picked up on it, I guess. But again, I never thought about it much. I'm not around women like that.
So you've never had to do the thing where, your older sisters or your mom sends the boys to go buy pads. We've done that a couple times to my older brother. Like, wait, man, everyone's in the house has periods. Go get pads.
I actually have a story on that. I sent Bruno to the store before.
But before she says it, this is the only time this ever happened to me. Never had to deal with this with my mom. But go ahead.
I sent Bruno to the store because I was feeling like shit. I was like, Bruno, can you just go to the store for me and get it? And Bruno was like, oh, okay, sure. And I was like, Bruno, I get always the orange one. Now, as a female, you know exactly what that is.
Yes.
And Bruno called me and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's like no orange package. There's no orange. I was like, what? And I was like, Bruno, the name of the brand is called Always. And he was like, you should have told me that. I was like, I did. I said always the orange ones. He goes, no, I thought you meant you always get the orange package. I was cracking the fuck up. I was like, oh my God.
I felt so stupid that day.
It's okay, because I would have questioned it a little bit too, but then it would have turned, and I only would have questioned it because I get a specific brand because of my mom, and then my mom decided to change her mind at some point about a specific brand, so now she'll get Always. I'm like,
y'all, we have brand types of pads. There are just some pads that are just like, no, I can't stand Always.
I don't know. I'm just in whatever mood pretty much for mine. But Aaron, if I need him, Aaron will get it. And he pretty much gets the high quality ones. So.
Good job. And Jalen, he's just like, I've never really had to do that. You lucky bitch.
I hate him.
In a male-dominated family, every newborn is usually male.
We have a family full of females.
Same.
There's like 3 boys. No. If I go by my dad's side, there's like 4 boys in my immediate cousin and or sibling range, 4 altogether.
So this goes for Bruno and Aaron specifically, because you guys are the only ones that have partners right now. How are you guys with your partners during their periods?
My rock.
Honestly, I try to do what I can for her. Sometimes I feel guilty, like I don't know what else I could be doing. Like in this relationship, whenever Kai's upset about something or when Kai has a problem, I really want to solve it, but that's something that go away, and so it kind of makes me feel guilty. But I do what I know I can do. I know I can go out and buy pads. I know I can bring her ginger ale and chocolate, and I know she kind of feels better if I rub her stomach, so I'll do that. That's just kind of some of the stuff I do.
You should invest in these.
Oh yeah, those are
like portable heating pads.
We got heating pads. Well, she has the electric one?
Yeah,
no, like portable, as in you just stick them inside of your pants or whatever, and you can go anywhere. It's beautiful.
Bruno, how you treating Yahida during her period?
I honestly just, like I said earlier, I feel bad for women in general when they have periods. Now I sit and wait for her to tell me what she wants, because Yahida has yelled at me before and told me that I am, if I'm not wrong, she said I'm an enabler, because when she's on her period, I'm the first one to ask, okay, I know when you're on your period, you want like sweets and food and stuff like that. So I'm like, you want me to take you out to go get something to eat, or you don't even have to leave. I'll go get the food and come back, or I'll order food, or I'll be like, I'll go get you chocolate and come back. And she's gotten mad at me before because she's like, you're the reason I'm gaining weight. She was like, you're an enabler. You're not helping. I'm like, I thought I was. So now when she's on her period, she's like, yeah, I started my period. I'm just like, And I wait for her to tell me what she needs.
He's lying. That's not how I say it. I go, God damn it! And he's like, why are you yelling now? And I'm like, goddamn thing just started. I hate it here.
Jalen,
Yeah,
wait.
but you have gotten on me before and was like, you're an enabler. You're the reason I'm gaining weight.
You are.
You're like, you're terrible on the period because you give me what I want. And I'm like, I thought that's what I was supposed to do when you're on your period. What am I supposed to do? Make you matter?
No, the last time it started, Bruno was like, oh, okay. I was like, bro, I'm bleeding. And he was like, oh, so what food do you want? And I'm like,
yeah, I learned. I take notes in my relationship. I was out here period like, okay, what chocolate do you want? Do you want Chinese food instead? We can go get a pizza if you want. And she's like, what did you want last time you was on your period?
Burger King.
Yeah, she wanted a Whopper. And I don't personally care about Burger King because I don't eat fast food like that. So I was like, well, we can drive to Burger King right now. Like, I have no problem driving you. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, we can go right now. We can go in the car right now and get you a Whopper. Get you two if you want. And she was like, you promise? And I was like, yes, let's go right now.
I had just gotten off of work. I was like, I'm hungry.
Did we go get the Whopper the same day?
No, we drove to multiple Burger Kings and they each had an excuse as to why they weren't selling.
Yeah, one didn't have cash. One didn't have the card machine working, so they only took cash. And another one just flat out was shut down. They were like, yeah, nothing works right now. And I was like, man, I feel so bad for her because one of the worst experiences as a human being is craving something and having that store be closed.
It's a nightmare. Okay. Have any of you gentlemen been catcalled?
Okay, so for this one, just let me make sure I've got my understanding right. Catcalling specifically refers to like someone just like shouting something flirtatiously at you just as you're walking by. Because I haven't been catcalled. I've been like aggressively hit on out of nowhere.
Same thing.
Okay, so then yes. The last time it happened, I was at work and this lady needed help with some plumbing stuff. And just out of nowhere in the middle of the conversation, I'm like telling her how to put a tank on a toilet. And she goes, do you want to take me here or do you want to come home with me? And
he tells me about pretty much any time he's like catcalled, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, and I bring it straight to her because in this relationship, it's like I don't want to keep anything from you ever, because no matter how minute I think it is, I want her to hear it from me first. But yeah, just that it came right out of nowhere, and feel like threatened or anything by it. It just kind of felt like very out of place. It's like if you and me are talking about topic ABC and then someone out of nowhere just says 1711. It just didn't make sense like in the context. So I was just like, okay.
Bruno, what about you? Have you ever been catcalled by someone other than Yahida?
I was actually gonna say Yahida.
I'm the worst about it too, yo. I'd be like, damn, you fine. Look at those buttons.
Yeah. See, the funny thing is, to my knowledge, I don't think I've been catcalled. I don't think I've ever been catcalled. But everybody that I've ever heard, like, I don't know, talk about like flirting with me or getting with me, actually tells Yahida, and then Yahida tells me, because she's told me about so many like women and men that would sit there and tell her how they want me. They don't ever say it to me. They say it to her. which does not make sense to me. But like any, I guess, catcalling or flirting somebody would do, they usually tell Yahida, and then she tells me, and I'm just like, I mean, I cool.
Jalen, what about you?
No, not really. One time back in high school, some of the girls in our class were picking 3 of the randomest niggas to try to do a catcall with just for jokes. And I just so happened to be one, but it was a joke. I don't remember what she said though.
Alright.
I cat called as a joke, but I didn't count because I knew it was a joke.
We just play along and have fun with it.
I wonder how that catcalling thing went for Jalen. Be like, sir, you are the cutest stick figure I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And your weave look good. But when I do it to Bruno, I'm annoying when I do it. Like I remember he used to live in his house when he lived with his mom and in their like house, there was something wrong with the bathroom door. So like if you turn the knob hard enough, it just immediately unlocks and you can go in there. So like he'll be in the middle of a shower and I'll like try to slowly unlock it and then I'll like pull back the little glass door and I'm just like,
No,
you
don't
come here often?
don't let her like make light of this. She is a pervert. I remember one time she popped popcorn, put it in a bowl, sat on the floor and watched me shower. And she's like, you gonna get all that or do you need help? These things are like,
I can imagine you doing
like she told me to like turn towards her while I was washing myself so she could get a full view. I was like, get the hell out. Leave me alone.
Yo, I was
We know you have a
like,
pervert.
yeah, I was like, can you turn around, spin, make it clap for me a little? And he's just like, get out! So don't judge me, okay?
That sounds like some shit you would do.
Right? Like, Jayla, you don't understand. The popcorn is the thing that bothers me. She got a snack like she was watching a movie.
You guys are the worst.
And she sat crisscross applesauce in front of the shower while I was in the shower. I was like, yo, leave me alone.
Bruno, you're lucky she didn't sit with her leg up, cracking open a can of beer, and then just taking a sip, just loungely, just casually sipping it while watching you.
She's like, don't give me inspiration.
too.
Jalen, don't give her inspiration. That's what's gonna happen like later on tonight. Like,
No, this bathroom
She
door
can't do
locks.
that here, thank God.
And he's quick. He's a quick little refrigerator built bitch. Like he will see like I get this look on my face and I'll start like charging towards him. Bruno's bam in the bathroom lock like that. I'm like
Even if I don't know where she's at, I lock the door because I'm gonna keep it real. When I'm taking a shower, I don't want to be touched. I just want to get clean and get out.
I remember he was showering and it was here and the door locked. I started scratching at the bathroom door and making animal noises.
Yeah, she started growling at me.
It hurts so much.
Oh.
Don't judge me. You know what? Next question. I'm sick of it.
all right, what is the appeal of sending dick pics? Or
Why?
do you guys do y'all know why guys like to send dick pics, whether it's solicited or unsolicited? Why?
That's that confidence in them. I don't do that, but I don't know. Dudes be so confident thinking like, you know what? No, that is fuckboys. Fuckboys do that because
He's like,
they
let me
think.
get
That's what I was about to say. It's like a last minute desperation move. It's like shit, nothing I say. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
final
Motherfuckers,
baby.
the people who do that.
okay.
The men who do that are the men who are like don't understand shit about women, and that's why I said they're fuckboys because they think, oh man, she gonna like get. I don't even know what I want to say. It's so stupid because it's like in their mind they're like, man, wait till she get a load of this. She gonna be all over me once she see this, and it's like those same men don't understand. Women are more desired than men, so it's like you could send a girl a dick pic, but she has so many other dudes that would also want her. So it's like you do that, like Aaron said, as an act of desperation, but it's like you look goofy. So I don't know. I say it's because like that's just fuckboy mentality. They just think like, oh man, women can't say no to penis. So she's gonna see a picture of my penis and she's gonna be like, oh, I want that. That's what I think personally.
But it gets worse. Well, nah, not necessarily it gets worse. You have like women now are like super sick of it. So
Yeah.
I remember seeing this one girl on TikTok. She was like, so some guy randomly sent me a message on Facebook and on Instagram, like on both. And she was like, and he was sending me like dick pics. She's like, so he made a stupid mistake. He had his mom on his Facebook page, so I sent them to her. I was like,
That's the kind of petty revenge I kind of like. I respect that.
Same.
I think it's like a terrible thing because if you send it to the mom and you don't like explain what happened, you just look like some random person trying to slide into like mom's like messages or DMs. And I'm just like, what if you just send her a random like dick pic? She probably doesn't know what her child's lower half looks like. So I'm like, I don't know. That is just a terrible thing to do. I personally think it's horrible. Never mind.
You just sent a dick pic, Yahida?
Huh?
Didn't you technically just send a dick pic with that logic then?
Shut up. Jalen he's the worst.
All right, so this question is a little bit more serious. So, do you guys think that some of the things that men do to get women's attention, dick pics, catcalling, stuff like that, do you guys think that it's appropriate? Or better yet, do you guys think that men don't think that we find that creepy or uncomfortable?
If you are a guy and you're sending dick pics and you're catcalling, you probably think that it's fine, or else I imagine you wouldn't have done it. I get like you clearly don't know any better if you are, but on the outside looking in, he's like, yeah, clearly not appropriate. That's all I can really say. This is my flat answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
He is
Jalen?
gambling way too much at the chance that the one woman on this planet that actually will find that attractive will happen to run into his picture. He's gambling. That's a very high risk, low return gamble.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know Jalen like would never do that because you're the type of person you're like, nah, I hate myself anyway. I wouldn't, because I remember like Jalen. You can't ever ask him a question. I'm letting everybody know this right now. Don't ever ask him a question like outside of this right now because he's the worst. He's the worst. I was like, Jay, so do you have like are there any girls you're talking to? Like, are there any girls like you're smashing or something? Let me know what's going on with you, homie. Like, I want to just check in, see how you are, see if you're like dating somebody. He goes, no. Why would I do that? He's like, and plus, he goes, sex sounds nice and all, but life fucks me enough every day.
I remember him saying that.
And I was like, Jalen, I'm going to block you.
The level of nihilism, damn.
Don't
What do, Nyera? What it do?
Shut up, Jalen. All right, so our last question for this particular part is our most serious one. So, how do you guys define toxic masculinity, and why do you guys think it's still perpetuated in our culture and our society today, especially in people of color or communities and stuff like that?
Me defining toxic masculinity, I can think of probably three instances that really exemplify it. One, when you put yourself in a bad situation psychologically for the sake of trying to look more masculine, like I guess like a lot of people would say it's not very masculine to ask for help when you need it, or when you put yourself in a bad situation physically for the sake of looking more masculine, like if you try to lift 120 pounds and carry it 20 feet for the sake of looking more masculine, something else you probably shouldn't be trying. Or the third thing, berating another man's masculinity because you have this idea that's going to make you look more masculine, putting him down to build yourself up. Like, and there's probably more examples, but that's just the first three like common things I see come to mind. Why is it perpetuated? I think it's inferiority complexes, like the whole lifting things or not asking for help when you need it. You're trying to look big because you know or you feel like you're not. And just the same thing, like when you berate another man, you're trying to put this guy down to build yourself up. So that's why I think it gets perpetuated. That's what I think it is.
Jalen, what do you think about all this?
I think it's because masculinity is such a fragile thing that they keep trying to build and build it up to the point where they're doing it like completely wrong, I guess. And the fact that they're just flexing on people is, I don't know, man. I think in our society, it's so easy to be offended that even just the slightest hint of having confidence in something, it can easily offend anyone. I got nothing else for that one.
All right. Bruno, what do you think about toxic masculinity and maybe how it's perpetuated in people and communities of color?
I'm gonna completely blame older generations because they're the ones that started that, like, masculinity bullshit. Because, like, pretty much everything you ever hear about being a man is from something like 200 years ago. Like, well, I can't even think of an example, but pretty much every manly thing you think of is from like 200 years ago, where, like, you know, they all thought that men were better than women and women were beneath men. So it's like, I think it comes from that, or at least it starts from there. And it's like, the toxic masculinity is usually men trying to tell other men, like, hey, you're acting like a girl. Why are you acting like a bitch? Why are you acting like a female? Man up, be a man. And it's like, mind you, you're like insane in the head, been to jail like 20 times, are a fucking murderer, but you're a man. So it's like, I don't know. I think toxic masculinity is stupid. I don't think it's as bad now as it might have been like in the 90s. Because, like, for example, you see like all kinds of like rappers now wearing like female clothes and stuff, and they don't care. Or like you don't really hear people nowadays as much. It's not as bad as it used to be, where men sit here and talk down to other men. It still happens, but I think, like, I don't know. It's like, because I know it's still not normal for like men to talk about their feelings and stuff, because that's just how it's always been. So like, because you know, women usually talk about their feelings, and men usually don't get that chance because other men want to put them down because they want to seem tough, because that's what they were taught, I guess. Like, I've always thought it was stupid, but I don't know. I can't tell you how somebody else was raised. So I know plenty of people that they have parents that were like, you got to be, men and women, mind you, both their moms and dads will be like, you got to be a man. You can't be crying. You can't be sad. You can't let shit get to you. You basically got to be stone cold, and nothing should ever get to you. You can't let nothing bother you. And if something bothers you and you try to talk about it, they're like, shut up. You're acting like a little girl. And you're just like,
I know immediately when someone's like one of those toxic men, when like they'll like see Bruno and they see like he has both piercings, because I don't know why, but they consider that, you know, to be like a gay thing. And I'm like, yeah, okay, if it makes a person happy, you know, I don't care. I've seen men get like their nails done and their toes done. And I'm just like, I'm happy like they're actually taking care of themselves. I'm not like, oh my God, that's only for women. Like, what are they wearing? And Bruno's grandma bought him these bracelets from Panama. It's like what is it? I think it's like white gold or something like that.
Mhm.
And he wears them all the time. And he gets comments from people every now and then where they're like, "Why are you wearing bracelets and you're a man? Like it looks stupid." And then there was that like one idiot who said that, and then like a week later wanted to buy them from him because they thought it looked cool.
10 minutes later,
Yeah.
this man was talking. He was talking trash to me. He was like, "Man, you look like a girl with those." I was like, "I'll keep looking like a girl. That's fine. You know, I love my grandmother, and she got me these." I was like, "I'll keep looking like a girl. That's fine." 10 minutes later, he was like, "Yo, bro, you don't need those. You should let me get them." I'm like, "Nah, I don't. I don't think I will." You know, sometimes you just gotta avoid arguing with a fool and just keep it pushing. So I just was like, no. And people always trying to ask me for my bracelets too. Men always talk trash and be like, "You wear bracelets like a girl." I'm like, wow, so your grandmother must have never loved you. You ain't got no presents from her.
Ooh.
Like I always gotta come back when they say that to me. I'm like, wow, so you obviously are just sad. You don't get no love. You need a hug? I'll give you a hug since I'm so gay. Like, you obviously need somebody in your life. And usually, like, people who talk trash about my bracelets or my earrings or me having long hair, I'm just like, I'm 25. I'm a grown-ass man. I'll beat your ass. I'm like, after I hit 20, I was like, you said whatever, I'll beat your ass. I'm in a problem in my life. I'll kick your ass right now. You gotta follow me. I'll beat
I
your
got
ass.
a car. I got a baby. I got an apartment. I pay bills, bruh.
Yeah.
All right.
I really don't care what other men say about me. I'm like, you live with your mom, bro, and you get like $10 a week.
Bruno, be quiet. I ain't
All right, I'm done.
All right. So we're gonna take another quick break, y'all, and we'll be right back for our next part.
All right.
Hey guys, Kai Senpai here. This is the end of part 1 with the boys. This episode ended up being pretty long, so we're splitting it up into 2 parts. Keep an eye out for part 2, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye bye!